Hey all, Hipper here. So today we are looking at an off-road game, and this is not just any off-road game, this is the best off-road game out there, and it has been for a very long time. And if you didn't happen to know, I used to live for almost a decade in the Northern Territory of Australia, where as soon as you get outside the main city of Darwin, there's just dirt, mud, rivers, and a very rough terrain. And I spent many years up there driving Land Cruisers, four-wheel drives, whatever, Land Rovers around. And this game really appeals to me, and I've been playing it a lot earlier. But and up there in that territory, I'm not gonna say that the mud is any stickier than anywhere else on the planet, because mud is mud. But for example, up there you can't walk a river crossing before actually attempting it, because it's usually infested with crocodiles or poisonous snakes or anything like that. So that aspect makes four-wheel driving actually quite difficult up there. As soon as you have to cross a river or a little puddle, really, you never know what's in there. But anyway, back to Snowrunner. And what's so great about this game is that we now have a new Game Plus mode, and it's completely changed the game for the better. Unlike other New Game Plus modes in other games, you don't actually have to complete the game to get access to New Game Plus, because it's available right from the beginning. And if you're like me, you think hard mode is a little bit too hard and a little bit too grindy. And on the other hand, campaign is it's also grindy, but it's less grindy. Then New Game Plus is for you. And I'll explain here why. Like I've said, this has completely changed the game for me, and I'm now playing it a lot. So what you can do in New Game Plus is pretty much set the game up exactly the way you want. And so far, it doesn't look like it actually has any negatives. You can choose your starting vehicle, you can choose your rank, and most importantly, you can choose how much money you want to start with. Because every time you start this game over, you have to work really hard in driving post-World War II Russian trucks through bog holes over and over, going from, Crab Creek to Elmdale, delivering logs over and over and over. And it does get a little tiresome, especially if you, like me, actually enjoy playing the scout vehicles more than the actual big trucks, which is exactly what I do. That's what I really like. So setting up the New Game Plus like this, where you can just have access to every vehicle right from the beginning and every upgrade right from the beginning, it just means that right when you start, you can just get going, and it just really changes the game to so much better. Another plus is that New Game Plus, actually it doesn't force you to play through the first quite annoying intro, where you have to, you guessed it, move logs. And I know it's a big part of the gameplay, but it's nice just to be able to skip it if you want to, just start over quickly. And as you can see, you have access to pretty much everything in the game here, including DLC vehicles. And I know that's a good thing. So you can pick pretty much anything you want to start off with. But in this example here, I'm going to start off with a scout vehicle, and not just any scout vehicle, my favorite scout vehicle. I know it's not the best, but it's my favorite, the new Land Rover Defender 110. And it's the new model, one that I think looks really nice. And this way in New Game Plus, you can just purchase it straight off the bat. You don't have to really do anything or complete anything first. You can just get straight into the gameplay, and that's what I like here. It just it cuts down on all the hassle. So we're going to put a 6.2 turbo in it instead of the standard motor. And like I said, all the options here are unlocked from the beginning. So we're going to put in a very nice gearbox that actually has several levels of low range, and of course we're going to raise it. You can't really raise this one that much, which is it's okay. And most importantly, we can start out with some actual nice tires, because usually when you start this game, you are pretty much taking your Defender out using road tires, and that's just a pain. So this way you can put mud terrains on it before you even take it out for this first drive, which is going to, help with the frustrations. I realize this is a game about, driving through mud, but having some actual mud tires on your car is just going to make that just a little bit more interesting and enjoyable, if you ask me. So we're going to put some stuff on the roof as well, so we look like we are a professional. And of course, we also want a bull bar, as we call them here in Australia. So we're going to get one of those as well. So make the car look a little bit tough. And in Australia, we actually use them because we have lots of kangaroos running across the road all the time. And if you have, a bull bar, you're going to save your car at least some scratches. And I know that for certain. Rims, we're going to take the one that's easier to clean. And that looks like we're going to go with this one here. And of course, paint job, I usually go with the dark yellow one here, but we're going to go with a little bit of crazy one here, I think. But anyway, of course, you have free reins, and you can't modify this particular vehicle that much. But if you take some of the older vehicles, you can customize them completely the way you want, and that is going to help with the gameplay. It's going to help you enjoy the game more, and it's just going to make the whole thing a lot more seamless. So once you're done, you just take your car out. It's as simple as that. And if you haven't played Snowrunner before, I'm just going to give you a little intro here. It's a game about off-road driving, and we're not talking, rally driving or anything like that. We're talking real off-road driving here, where going fast is usually the worst idea in the world, because that means you're going to break things, and it's just going to get you more stuck. And any time you leave asphalt in this game here, you are really you're not supposed to go very fast. Just like in the real world, trust me. The slower you go off-road, the better are your chances of actually making it through. And that's why reduction gears are so important. And also obviously four-wheel drive, which I just engaged here. And the game is very true to the real world. It still has a little bit of arcadey physics once in a while, but the basics are there, and it's very nice to have a car game for once where it's not all about who goes fast and who has the best reflexes. This game here is all about planning, thinking, keeping your momentum going, very important, and knowing every detail of your vehicle and every detail of the environment. It's very important, just like in real life. So because of my background in actually driving these things for a living out in the outback, I really enjoy the smaller scout vehicles here, like this Defender 110 here. I also like the 90. It doesn't really matter as long as it's a family-sized SUV. That's fine. Then that's all I'm gonna go with. Pickups also okay, or we call them utes down here in Australia, by the way. And it's just more fun because I like to take them onto tracks like this, like a little goat path, for example. And all I really want out of this game is just to see how well I can control these cars here through some very difficult environments sometimes, and get to wherever it is I'm going without doing any damage to the car or rolling it or anything like that, which in this game is very difficult, just like in real life. Well, of course, depending on where you're driving in real life, but if you're doing this particular track here in real life, yeah, that would be pretty difficult. So the way this has changed the game is that you can just get going right from the beginning. You don't have to log thousands of logs all around the map to unlock whatever accessory it is you need. You can just get going. You can get out there, you can have fun, and you can do what the game is actually about. Is navigating cars through difficult situations. And I think that New Game Plus has completely changed this game. At least for me, I'm going to spend a lot of time in it now because it's just so much more fun. And New Game Plus has actually been in Snowrunner for almost 6 months now. I'm just very slow, but wow, it's amazing. So of course, if the small scout vehicles aren't really your thing, you can also go, straight for the big, huge Russian weird tractors from the Siberian tundra and take them out immediately and upgrade them all the way. And that's the point of New Game Plus. You can play exactly the vehicle you want to play in exactly the way you want to play it, with exactly the accessories that you want to play. And you don't have to go through the, let's just be honest here, the arduous grind that this game here puts up to actually get to all the cool stuff. And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. And I think New Game Plus is going to give a lot of new life to Snowrunner. So that was my first Snowrunner video for a while, but there will be many more now that it's actually fun to play again. So don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy off-roading, Snowrunner games, Mud Runner, whatever you want to call it. because I certainly do, and I'm so happy that this is now an opportunity so I can dig into this game again, because it's a great game. It's very deep, lots of things to do, and like I said, it's a typical car game, because it's not about going fast. It's actually, if you go fast, you're going to lose in this game. It's about, you know, being methodical, slow, and having a very good understanding of your car, and you know, how the different systems interact and how you use them to their fullest. It's very deep and very entertaining, and as you don't have to go very fast, you can actually play this game while you are drinking a Coke or whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be, you know, like 100% attention. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video here, and do let me know in the comments what you think, or if you want to see any special cars or anything like that. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.